Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to all my brothers and sisters from this planet that we call Earth. One more time, your friend Daniel V.I.V.E coming here to make another video. This time is about Andean shamanism. So I want to explain you a little bit what I am and what we do here in the mountains. Remember, you can find me in my YouTube channel as Daniel V.I.V.E. You will see as well other videos where I'm not wearing this hat. And this is for the people who speak Spanish. It's basically the same information plus a few events like seminars or workshops that I do in Cusco City, where I'm from. If you've never heard about Cusco, that's where Peru is, and that's where the famous Machu Picchu and the Inca culture is. And exactly this video is to talk about what it's called Andean, because it's the Andes, all the mountains over there in Peru, shamanism. First of all, to let you know that we don't call ourselves shamans. The proper word shaman or shaman is from one of the tribes of Siberia, where this was a title given to a guy or a girl who was the spiritual counselor, the spiritual leader, and at the same time was a medical assistant. So has been generalized for all the cultures around the world that the people who are doing those roles are shamans. But this is not the correct name. It doesn't matter. Actually, it means what it means. But in our case, the system of beliefs that we have about shamans is what we call, they are different levels, and in general terms, is called Misayokukuna, what means the people who has a misa. I will explain you later on what is a misa exactly. But this is basically a person who has a different level of consciousness, a different way of awareness to live the life in order that help you. Either with a healing process or with rituals to for things that you got in your life, or for manifest things that you would like to get in your life later, or get a partner, or many different kind of things, normal things that we have as human beings. We could be a kind of helpers, but always depends on the level of consciousness that we are. I started my initiation with the name of V.I.V.E approximately 6 months ago, and has been very tough and very hard because it's not easy. I mean, I turned 40 last year, and I'm 4 years expert being just a normal me without much awareness about my life, eating, sleeping, and just letting the life live my life. A few years ago, I felt the call to do something different, to try to change realities, to try to control my life instead my life controls me. And that's the way that took me with some people from the mountains not far from Cusco known as the Jeros. You can find information of them in the internet. Jeros are like the last people who ran away from the Spaniards in Cusco after they conquest my culture, and they keep a lot of information of the Incas, especially about the rituals, the philosophy, the lifestyle, and the cosmovision, the vision of the cosmos that my people had in the past. So for them, there are 9 levels of awareness. Number 1, the basic one is Pacha, and the next one is Uruna. The first one means time and space. Just be, as a rock, as a mountain in the earth. Runa means person. You wake up to another reality where you know that besides existing, you can do things, you can transcend your life, but just in the biological level. You are born, you rise up in certain conditions, you reproduce yourself, and then you just pass away and go to the tomb. And that's where I've been living for almost 40 years. So then I discovered that there are other levels of consciousness or awareness, and one of them is called in the local language Yamper. The next one is Pampa Misayok. A Yamper is like a guy who observes that life is about cycles, that exist more than the physical existence, is about energy. And if you are capable to work with energy, if you are capable to fit in cycles of energy, if you are capable to match with the Mother Earth energy, you will be capable to transform your reality and your life. That's where I'm starting to work in. It's not easy, it's complicated, takes time, because even to create the most sublime thing in life, which is life itself, the human life, we need certain months that you have to be in the mother womb to transform yourself and come out with a new being. So it takes time, it's about work, it's about compromise, but this is what I'm doing, and that's what I want to share with you. In this belief system as well, there are 7 codes that you can go through, and these codes help you to take the unconsciousness and make it consciousness, which is very important, because remember what Carl Jung used to say: until we don't take the unconscious and make it conscious, until we don't start living in awareness, our life is going to be leadden by the unconsciousness, and we are going to call this destiny, fate. And that's not true. Nobody is born in this life, in this reality, for suffering. I have read all the religious texts I could. I have participated myself in many different religions, and there is no one where it says that you have to live in suffering. In all of them, they said that if you ask, you would be given with. What do you need? What do you want? How do you want? It's going to be destiny thing. It's going to be the nature. Is going to be God. How it's going to be God's work. But what do you want? It's your work. And I understand that because I am a daddy. I have 2 kids, 9 years old and 3 years old. And imagine my son growing up and coming to me to tell me, Father, who I should get married with, what I should do, what kind of job do you want to give me, what it's going to be my life. You are wiser, you've lived already, you have experience, tell me please, what should I do to try to live with happiness? And I would say, sorry, I don't know. What kind of person do you want sharing the life with you, if you want somebody with you? What kind of job? What's your passion? What do you like? What's the most important thing for you in life? This is up to you. It depends on you. So it's the same case with God. God doesn't know what you want or what do you need, or probably knows, but needs that you do things. If you repeat and repeat and repeat the same action every single day and you expect new results, something is wrong. If you do the same thing, you will get the same results. Do you need new results? You have to do new things, which is very logical and makes sense, don't you think? Well, God, Jesus Christ, Buddha, whatever you want to call it, we don't mind the way you call it, because it's the same thing. It's intentions. It's a try to understand God. And the only way we can understand or try to understand God is through concepts, mental, physical, emotional concepts about God. But when I tell you I can feel God, doesn't mean I can feel it with my eyes, with my ears, with my nose, or with my physical thing. It's like a sixth sense. It's a different kind of connection. That's why we have 7 codes of living. But the most important thing in these 7 codes, it's first of all, you should recognize that you exist. Not just in a personal level. A little bit farther, we call it Pampa Misai, the guy who understands that the divinity, the creator, lives in the creation, so we are capable to create our own reality. I believe it, I create it. I create it, it's something I have done through the divinity. Simple equation. The number 2, the second code, it's that you should accept that everything is real and exists for certain, because they are just interpretations. Because whatever happens in life is approximations to reality. That's why we don't close our doors for people who think different. We open it. We think that union is about get different people and try to talk and learn one from the other, because otherwise we just live in our bubble. If you burst the bubble, open the access to all our brothers and sisters with different belief systems, with different ideas, with different rituals, with different rites, with different concepts of God, with different concepts of life, we all grow and we go to a major reality, a major truth, which is the real truth that we will discover one day, that they will be back one more time to the origin, to the creation. So this is important code. Then we have other codes I'm going to develop in proper videos, one by one, explaining to you the idea, and it's about love, discover the sexual energy, the power of love, desire, and power to create and recreate things, and don't be controlled by the basic instincts, don't be controlled by actions, don't be controlled by addictions, don't be controlled by anything, but you control all of them. Once you control all of them, you control your life. And that's the idea of living with awareness. The way how you are going to get what you want. What you want to get to. From where you are started to. You want to get someone to share your life? Someone to share love with? Or do you want to get someone that try to cover a need inside of you? A human being cannot fill an inside hole. It's impossible. Are you getting a job because you just need the money? Or you are getting a job because you love that thing, you have a passion, you want to transform something outside? But let me be honest with you, you cannot change the world until you change what it's into you, what it's inside. And there are other codes as well, I will let you know with time, but that's more or less the idea and the concept of the Andean shamanism, to call it in a certain way. What do we do to make magic happen? What do we do to do things going on? We created rituals, we created rites, and we created all sorts of little simple actions that help us to get what we want. Why? Don't imagine when I tell you a ritual that it's a guy with two instruments around here and put some water in the mouth and split on you and do magical things and everybody gets very excited about it. No. Maybe that was the past. And maybe that was required in the past. But now we are in the 21st century. Now we are capable, and the science is capable to explain us why and how things happens. Our ritual in the morning is wake up, take a shower, eat the breakfast, go to work or go to school. That's ritual. It's something that you repeat all the time. But what about if we wake up and the first thing you do is open the window, put your arms up and say, thank you, God, for one more day of living. Whoever you consider God, thank you, because I did it. I have another present from the divinity. Is the present, is the chance to do beautiful things today. Everything is going to be beautiful. Everything is going to be amazing. Even the bad things, the negative things coming to my life are going to be a learning process. They are coming for some reason, and they are going to be blessing to my life. Today, that's another ritual. Proof, and let me know what happened if you do that daily. Why do we need rituals? That's very important for me, you understand. Because 10% of your awareness is consciousness, and 90% is unconsciousness. If you keep this unconscious lead your life, it's going to be reaction. It's going to be something you don't want, something you learned in the past. Maybe you don't even learn something your great-great-great-great-father had to do in a certain way, had to transcend, and he didn't, and comes in your DNA. And because certain conditions, boom, make you do what you don't want to do. If you want to change it, it's time to do these kind of rituals. Ritual for getting and improve your health, to say thank you, and for do different kind of things. Of course, if you don't want to be helped, I cannot help. And I cannot give what I don't have. These rituals and these things I share these days with you is because I test it in myself. And maybe you can use them, and maybe they can help you, and maybe you can share with others if it works for you. But you have to start with the serious concept that you discover that you have an issue. If you discover you have an issue, the next thing is to think if you want to change it or not, or you are okay in that way. If you want to change it, we have to look for the way to make it work. That's how things work, and that's where we can help depending on our level of awareness. So a ritual has been created in order to talk with the unconsciousness, to tell the unconsciousness, which is a primitive mind which only function in life is you survive, who is taking all the information in little video clips, and as soon as something scares him, take you away, stays you in the comfort zone, try to avoid you do new things, try to avoid you get new things, try to protect you. It's not a bad one, but try to protect you, and it's primitive. So you have to talk in its own language. Today I do a ritual we call mesa, which is basically open a sacred place. Could be this chair where I am. Could be opening what is called opening your universe. You feel your heart beating. You breathe, you focus, and you open to the universe. You say, I have now my universe open. And I did a ritual 2 weeks ago because I want to get a partner. And your unconsciousness is now looking. Potential partners. It's thinking, I've done a ritual, so it should work, and I'm going to get it, what I want. If I did a ritual because I want to get a new job, the unconscious is going to keep looking. What kind of business I can do in this town? Well, there is not here that I could start. Maybe they need a guy there or a girl there in that business. Looks like they need another waiter. I'm going and I'm going to ask. That's exactly how rituals work. It's for real. And also it's important to manage your language. If you keep repeating that you came to this earth for suffering, if you keep repeating that you have bad luck, if you keep repeating that your family has been poor for thousands of generations, if you keep repeating that everything for you never work, that's what you are creating. On the other hand, if you enrich your language with positivity, you always say that you are losing weight. You think that you are eating better. You think that you are walking better. You think that you are breathing better. You think that the diseases, whatever happened yesterday, is gone. And you always keep this thinking, and you keep telling to the people, this is an energy that can transform. Masaru Emoto, the Japanese guy, tried to prove, taking pictures of the subatomic structure of the water, that when you speak in a certain way, the behavior of the weather change. I don't remember exactly the name, but it's in the internet, and it's a Russian investigation. I think it's V.I.V.E. proved that he transformed the DNA with just a sound, with a special vibration. So be careful what you speak with. Gossip, bad words, negative comments about other people, about yourself, banish from your mind. Forget about that. Let the other people with their own shit. Keep it. The good things, positive things, non-judging things in your life, and you will see how things are going to start changing. Please. It's very important for you. It's time to wake up. It's time to take your unconsciousness consciousness. It's time to live with awareness. It's time you create your own reality. They prove already in many ways. All this information, you can get it. Remember, they take one atom of light, photon, split it, put it distance, separation between them, kilometers, and whatever happened in one half, the other one react, changing completely our concept of time and space. Maybe you are 1,000 kilometers far from I am, or maybe we are hundreds of thousands of light kilometers far from the cosmos, but we are all united. We are all one. United is the most important thing. Whatever happens to you that you are looking at me happens to me. If I'm capable to give you the message and you take this message and change your life and you improve your life, you are improving my own life. Whatever happens on the earth happens on the heaven, and vice versa. It is important to heal ourselves, to heal the others. It is important to give the message of healing, because that's the way we are going to heal ourselves. That's the most important thing. Also, when they put in this tube human DNA, normally the atoms is random in the photon, but when they put DNA, everything becomes perfection. Put a human DNA, just the presence of the DNA, make things organized in a certain way, because we are a little spark of God. And the presence of God is in our presence, and our presence is capable to make changes in the universe and in the world that we know. So guys, please, you don't have to trust me, you don't have to believe me. The only thing I'm asking to you is try it. If it works, pass the information on, and we all be helping each other. Don't forget to watch me in the YouTube channel. Sorry for my English, it's not my mother language. My mother language is Spanish. I was born in Cusco City, and I'm learning as well the local language of the Incas, which is called Quechua. But I try to do as much as I can with my English. So sorry for the inconvenience, for the mistakes I do sometimes. But the most important thing is the message. Start living with awareness. I'm going to share these levels of consciousness and these 7 codes in the next videos. And I will explain you how do they work, but at the same time, I will let you know what kind of rituals or rites you have to do in order to improve your life. Wake up! Have a nice Eastern time, have a good time, and see you next time.